in a different episode, we've touched on this before, but if you fast forward and you want to know what's going on in the heavens at the time of Jesus's death, well, let's trace it out. Like the Bible tells us that he was crucified on a Friday of Passover. And so when we look at, okay, when does that lunar date of Passover intersect with the solar date and the Friday, we try to look for what date it would be. We know it's during the reign of Pilate, so that's between 26 and 36 AD. We know it's on a Friday because he had to be taken down from the cross before Sabbath, which for Jewish people begins on Friday night. We know that only falls on April 7th of 30 AD or April 3rd of 33 AD. And we know that Pilate is really terrified of getting the disapproval of Caesar. And Caesar had just killed a guy named Sejanus in 31 AD for causing uprisings, and it would have made sense for Pilate to be scared if it happened after Sejanus is executed. And so when you take that second date of April 3rd, 33 AD, what do we find in the sky? Because you pull up your software and you go look in the sky. We know that Jesus is put on the cross at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we're told that he died at the 9th hour, which is what time?
3 p.m.
That's 3 p.m. Okay, well, we go on to NASA's website and we see, because the Bible has said that on that great day that there was a blood moon. Well, what is a blood moon? It's when there's a partial eclipse and the light coming around the earth is red-shifted through our atmosphere and hits the moon and makes the moon appear like it's bloody. It turns red. And so we have those throughout history, but you go on April 3rd of 33 AD and what do you find? NASA's like, oh, there just so happened to be a partial eclipse in the sky on that day. And oh, by the way, what time does it come in ecliptic conjunction? You look at their records and military time, it's 14:55 p.m., which if you translate that into normal person time, it's 2:55 p.m. or 3 p.m. Right as Jesus is dying, the moon turns red and it becomes a blood moon, just like the prophets had warned about. And so 2 more things about that I think are pretty amazing. When that blood moon is up in the night sky, guess where the blood moon is? At his death, that blood moon is exactly in the same spot as the new moon was at the feet of Virgo. That's not where it usually is. They're dancing around, and once, twice a year, you're going to find that. And now you have a blood moon at the foot of the Virgin. Well, Mary is taking with her son, coming down from the cross, mourning the loss of her son. And just as one other really interesting happening, if you were on that moon and you were looking back at the sun, the earth would have come in between the moon and the sun, right? Do you know what constellation's on the other side of the sun from there? Aries, which is the Paschal ram. It's the type of animal that would have been slaughtered. When John the Baptist sees Jesus and he cries out, "Behold the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world," it is a Paschal ram that would be slaughtered to spare Israel from death at Passover. If you're from the moon's perspective, looking back at the earth, which is blocking the sun, it would have put an eclipse right over the heart of the Paschal ram and the constellation Aries that's right behind it. So you just think through the incredible artistic poetry that God is painting in the heavens for us to discover. The bloody moon that's at the feet of the Virgin at the end of his life. The fact that the Paschal ram's heart is blotted out. The fact that right at 3 p.m., the moon is turned to blood, just like the prophets talked about. But it's not just, oh, look, the moon turned red. That's really ominous. It's that God is ordaining this celestial, beautiful poetry that's singing about the redemptive mission of his son that none of us can forge. But this is what's almost, I think, more amazing than this. All of this moves like clockwork in the sky. Like, that means that from the beginning of creation, when God hurled the galaxies into motion and this clockwork began, that God knew the precise moment of his son's birth. He knew the precise moment of his son's death. And he set it all in motion, sovereignly singing this story of his redemption of you and me.